I'm going to hit recording. Okay. So
Okay.
they just moved here.
Yep, from Tennessee.
Okay.
They've been here for a few months. They're renting. They really don't want to keep renting because they're paying $1,600 a month. So they're looking, for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, and basically that's it. That's the only situation I've had that I've actually had a conversation that is worth, talking about.
That's actually a great one because those ones are honestly lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah, that's the one I sent to a lender yesterday. That's why I asked for her information. But I don't think it's going to be that because she said, she just started a new job. So I don't know how that's going to go. They both just started new jobs. So
if it's in the same line of work and they
I asked her that. And she said she is, but he's not. He's just working in a factory. So
okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, it all depends. It all depends.
Yep.
So we can role play that one, or I had one yesterday that she had been in the website for a long time. She came back. We never had any conversation with her. And she's like, I've been looking for a while and I'm not able to find really what I'm looking for. Well, she's depending on the internet. And I'm like, if you're depending on the internet, you're always going to be a day late and a dollar short in that market because everything's selling so fast. So Angela and Denise, I'm going to leave this up to you. Which role play do you want to hear?
I'm good with either one.
Well, I had something similar yesterday with somebody who's currently renting and wants to purchase but doesn't have money down, and she's got good credit, but her husband has none, so she can't count his income or have him on the mortgage. So
perfect. All right, Missy, let's role play this because we'll roll that into both of these. You want Missy? You want me to be the lead?
No, I'd rather you be the agent because I was already the agent. And I know what I said, so I would want to see what you would do differently. Does that work?
That works. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Missy, this is Beverly. I'm just on a quick follow-up. I saw that you were looking at homes here on Culpeper and just kind of wondered what's your situation?
Well, we just moved here, and right now we're renting, and we're renting for $1,500 a month, and I think that's just a lot of money to be renting, so I figured I'd look for something to buy.
Now, your rental, what brought you to Culpeper?
I'm actually looking in Spotsylvania.
So what brought you here? Where'd you move from?
Tennessee.
And what brought you here?
I got a new job, and decided that we would just do something different.
Awesome. So what made you choose to rent? Was it a quick transition and you didn't have time to find something, or tell me about that?
Well, we wanted to rent and make sure we liked the place before we jumped into a mortgage.
And your rent, are you on a month-to-month or are you in a term?
Month-to-month.
Well, that's good. That's really difficult to find around here. So,
well, we were actually in a term for a year and now we're month-to-month.
Gotcha. So in regard to the $1,500 a month, is that a comfortable number for you if we were able to find you a home with a mortgage payment around about the same? Would that work for you?
Yes. I prefer a little lower, but I'm okay with the $1,500.
Well, I mean, really, so time frame, you're on a month-to-month. What would be the soonest you would be comfortable making a move?
As soon as possible. As long as my kids are in the same school, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so if we could make everything happen and align the stars perfectly, it would be something that you would be really willing to move forward on.
Yeah, I'm just worried because we both just moved here. I'm just a little bit worried. I haven't bought a house in like 10 years.
Okay.
And I bought that with my ex-husband, so I'm just a little worried with us changing jobs. Sure. If we could even get financing.
Sure, and knowledge is power, right? So let's not worry. Let's educate. and let's see what we could potentially make happen. So first things first, because you have moved here and because there has been job changes, we need to look at the financial aspect of the situation here as far as what does that mortgage payment look like with the jobs that you all had with being transferred or getting new jobs, because the guidelines on financing aren't like they used to be. So what I want to do is connect you with my lender and just have that conversation of, this is what we're paying for rent, this is what our jobs are, what does it look like for us to be able to purchase? There are so many different programs out there. There are what's called a USDA, which is 100% financing. There is the FHA, which is 3.5% down. There's conventional that we can get creative with, but it all comes down to what your financial situation is and what your credit scores are. That
Well, yeah, we wouldn't have money down. I don't have money down.
So we can still make that happen. If you're looking in Spotsylvania, I'm not worried about the no money down. That's not going to be an issue. So once you connect with Cynthia and have a conversation with her and we find out exactly what those parameters look like, then I would love to get together with you and just sit down and look at what is your expectation of what makes sense for you to be able to spend money on a mortgage. So we can look at, this is what your needs are and your wants, and this is what the market can actually deliver for you. And if we can make a marriage with those expectations and the financial piece, you're comfortable with that payment, we might be able to make something happen. So by the time you find I mean, you're going to know today when you talk to the lender what that number looks like. By the time we meet and find a home, you could literally be moving within about 45 days.
That would be good.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to have Cynthia reach out to you. Is this your cell phone number?
It is.
Do you text?
I do.
Awesome. What's a good time for me to have her reach out to you? I can have her, I don't know what her schedule is. She might be able to call you right now, but I'm not sure. What's your day?
I'm on my way to work now, so it really probably after 5.
Okay, so what I'll do, I'll have her just shoot you a quick text and you guys can set up a time then, and then that way she won't be bothering you by phone at work.
Okay, sounds good.
We can talk this evening.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, did I do anything different?
The only thing you did different that I didn't do was I didn't say that I would have Cynthia reach out to her, and I know you like for us to do that, but she kind of asked for the lender information, so I just gave her that, which I know is a big no-no, and then told her I'd follow up with her in a few days.
You can give it to her, but I always follow it up with, you know what, I'll have Cynthia reach out to you as well so that you have her information.
But everything else was pretty much verbatim. I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
Most leads don't ever call because the ones that don't call know there's something going on. And that's usually where that handoff happens. You have a great conversation with somebody because they're looking at homes and that's fun, but they know it's not going to happen. Now, our lenders are always, you're not sending me people, you're not sending me people, you're not sending me people. So reality is I had a great conversation with this person. Now it's up to you to follow up and follow through.
Right.
And it's up to them to have the proper communication to be able to reach out to these people. You know, now I mean, and they can even just reach out via phone if they've tried several times, and it's just, we just want to see if now's the time or if we've got to wait and what we got to do.
Right.
Because it is about education, and some people are afraid to find out to know, and they don't know what resources to go to because there's so many options. I mean, heck, we go to the damn grocery store and stand in the aisle and stare at stuff because there's like 50 options. And buyers online are the same way. There's so many options. If they don't know anybody in the industry, they don't even know where to start or who to reach out to. And that's why we always have to understand that we have to catch people at that perfect time.
Right.
That's what really matters. Angela, any takeaways?
No, I thought it was really great, and a lot of the things that you guys were doing on the role play, I actually am doing. My only thing is I can't really talk to them a lot about the financial end of it because I don't know myself. I'm not educated enough to talk to them about the different options that would be open to them
Mhm.
as far as different types of loans and down payments, and I do get those questions. So when I get those kinds of questions, I immediately am like, listen, I'm not qualified to give you an answer on this, but I have a lady who can, and I would love to put you in touch with her, and that's when I'm handing it off so that they can get their questions answered
Yep.
and start working on pre-approval done. Because up here, we have a housing listing shortage right now. We don't have houses, and the ones that are coming on the market, they're not lasting. So by the time people are getting their pre-approvals done, it's too late. So that I specifically had 2 conversations yesterday. One with a woman who is renting. She told me she's been renting for like 6 years. She's paying $1,200 a month, and she's kind of tired of paying to somebody else. She would rather be paying on a mortgage, but she's got issues because she doesn't have money down. She doesn't know what her options are. She's looking at FHA, and I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to put you in touch with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be the one who's going to be able to talk to you, let you know what your different options are, because there's a lot of different things that you can look at. And so I set it up so that he'll call her this afternoon when she's done with her job. And she was so grateful for that because, like you said, they don't know where to turn.
Yeah.
They really. I have had several people who know that they need help with credit. They're looking and they would love to buy, and they know, they're honest with me, and they're like, my credit needs help, but I don't know where to go. And that's when I'm like, I have somebody I want you to talk to that they can put you into or guide you through to credit repair so you can get into that situation where you can then buy a home. And they're so grateful because nobody's giving them answers.
Correct.
They go to these banks, don't care.
Nope.
The banks don't care. It's the smaller lenders that are having the better response with people. So that's what I'm doing. So I think that it goes along with what you 2 just role played, which makes me feel better.
Yeah, I mean, we can only do so much with bad credit, low credit scores, judgments. I mean, there's just only so much we can do. And that's why I love how we've labeled, because it's a great way if you have that bad credit label and you can group all those people into the bad credit that couldn't get financing, lump all those people into the couldn't get financing. Maybe it wasn't a credit issue, but it was a judgment issue. It was a lien issue. It was a medical issue. It maybe not necessarily a credit score, but the credit glitch. And
Right.
that's just gold for your lenders because, you know, it was funny. I had a conversation with my son yesterday. He's in 10th grade. And he's complaining about his Spanish class and that he's going to be taking German next year because the teacher's so easy. And he was talking about his SOL tests. And he says, you know, Mom, he said, what? And this is coming from my 16-year-old. He says, why don't they teach us how we can function in the real world when we get out of school? He said, I don't know how to keep a checking account. I don't know stocks. I don't know how to save for my future. I don't know what to do with my money when I get a job. Why don't they teach us that in school? And I'm like, well, that's a political mess. I don't want this. This is being recorded. I'm not going to tell you what my response was. But it's these people, especially first-time home buyers, they don't know. And we have to step back and remember where we were before we got into real estate. And before we knew, I mean, I remember getting my real estate license studying. I didn't even know the difference between a broker and an agent and a co-broker, an associate broker. I didn't know what all that mumbo jumbo meant. I didn't even know how agents got paid. Hell, I still will never understand how lenders get paid. But when we look at the lay people that are just trying to figure things out, they have so much access that it gets confusing if they're trying to research it online. And yeah, it's totally overwhelming. Heck, I'm looking for a stupid light ring that they've got a flashlight, they've got it's a fluorescent flashlight, they've got a fluorescent light, and then they've got the LED light. Do you know how much research I've been trying to do online and I cannot find the simple answer? And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Now, do people think they know everything when they're researching online? Yeah, they do, because that's what we've been taught, that we don't need to talk to anybody. There was a video clip that was going on Facebook the other day, and it said the difference 20 years makes when your doorbell rings. 20 years ago, it was like, oh my God, we got company. Somebody's at the door. Somebody's at the door. Go get the door. And it was like an exciting moment because you had company. Now today, guilty, I hide. If someone rings my doorbell, I position myself in my house where they can't see me walking around because I do not answer my door.
I saw that clip. I saw that. That was hysterical because it's so true.
And the phone's the same way, and us being educated the same way. We didn't have access to anything before. Now we have access to everything, and like you said, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So we just need to be there to be that source of education to help them understand that we want to help you. We want to save you from making a mistake. And reality is, we all know, every single person on this call today, everyone knows, we know what the interest rates are right now. We know what the current market is right now with prices. In 6 months from now, if you wait and you don't have something to sell, the market isn't really relative to you because interest rates are going to be higher and prices are going to be higher. So if you're trying to stay at a certain price point, it's probably not going to be possible in 6 months. So if you want to make something happen, we've got to figure it out, and you need a plan. Now, we can't control what they do after the fact with their credit because it appears that there's a higher percentage of people that have bad credit will always have bad credit. A very small percentage actually turn it around and are able to enter into that home ownership. And I think that's important for them to know and understand too. What percentage are you going to fall in? Are you going to fall into that percentage where you're actually going to make a difference and do something with your credit?
Yeah.
Yay! All right, guys, we read 2 minutes over. I hope you had a great takeaway. Go out and kill it today. Have a great day.
Okay, bye, Bev.
Bye.
Bye.